We have some new makeup from the drugstore. Let's get right into it with a new Skin Stick foundation from Milani. This is their Milani Conceal and Perfect Blur Out Skin Tint Stick. Say that 10 times fast. These are pricey, $16.99. Light to medium coverage with a natural soft matte second skin-like finish. Let's put this on and see how good this performs, how it applies, how it looks, and of course, the all-day wear test. So I picked up 2 shades, number 2 fair, which is a cool neutral, and then number 3 light, which is a neutral shade. Let's swatch it. It's a twist up that looks very light, so we might need the light shade as well. Ooh, this is the light neutral, number 3. It's a little yellow. No scent, but it's very balmy. Let's do the left side first. I'm just gonna swipe where I want that coverage. It actually kind of looks like a good color. It says you're supposed to get a soft matte blurred finish, which is nice. No makeup, ultra lightweight, silky formula that melts into your skin. I'm using Smashbox blurring foundation brush. With the amount that I applied, it was pretty easy to blend out. Coverage, very light, but I think we can build it up. The skin tone is pretty even. It's not very blurred and it's not very semi-matte. This is definitely leaning towards natural. So I think it's going to depend on how you prep your skin, how the finish is going to relate. I'm looking at my skin closer and I can see it in some areas where it's kind of sitting on top of my texture on my skin, but as of right now, it does look really nice. It does slide on really silky and smooth. Use my fingertips just to feel it. I don't like it with just the fingertips. I feel like a brush gives me a little bit more precision with a flawless finish. There's one area on my face where it's a big problem area. Forehead. The Milani Conceal and Perfect, the Blur Out Skin Tint Stick is not doing it. It's not making it look better. It looks like it's peeling my forehead. Just the way it's sitting on my skin, it does not look good. Let's move on. If you're looking for a phenomenal drugstore liquid bronzer and contour, e.l.f. Cosmetics recently dropped these. So good, so effortless. Pretty great pigment. I will say the longevity is also there and they're very, very easy to work with. And I'm using the e.l.f. liquid bronzer and contour brush. I've been playing with this product for a little bit already and I've had no issues applying it underneath makeup, on top of makeup, so we'll see how it works with this one. I'm actually not liking the way the e.l.f. bronzer and contour are applying on top. It's looking patchy, which is shocking because this formula for the e.l.f. bronzer and contour is so flawless and so easy to work with. I'm just gonna quickly apply some concealer, blush, and then I have new mascaras and a highlighter. I'm just gonna use my Natasha Denona concealers, just 2 shades. The High Glam. I'm just using products that I know work with most everything. I'm just gonna set the forehead a little bit and a little bit under the eyes. I'm just gonna use my Maybelline Fit Me in it light. Just a big fluffy brush on the forehead and then a smaller brush to focus under the eyes. And then for blush, I'm gonna use the Milani Baked Blush in number 14. Petal Primavera. It's a beautiful shade, so stunning. On my eyes, it's not drugstore, but this is Pat McGrath eyeliner in Black Coffee. And then I have the Kulfi their Zari Eyes eyeshadow in the shade Sona Sona. Really pretty. Just a little bit of sparkles on the lid. I'm going to curl my lashes before I apply my mascara because that's kind of how I test if this mascara is going to weigh my lashes down or it's going to keep my lashes lifted. But this is the new mascara from L'Oreal. Big Deal Paradise. I got one waterproof and the other one washable version. So waterproof blue and the pink one is the washable version. But this is supposed to be a buildable volume and lengthening mascara, clump resistant and very lightweight. The wand brush is actually quite different from what you see right here on the packaging. The bristles are very sparse and they're very short. The bristles on the picture image, they look a lot more tightly packed and a lot longer versus in reality. But let's see, let's go for it. Again, left eye waterproof. I think it did a good job with lengthening and separating my lashes. I'm not getting a ton of volume because I feel like if I do start layering this mascara, the waterproof version, it's starting to clump on me a little bit. But I can use those bristles, which I'm actually liking as of right now. I can help comb and separate a little bit more. And as of right now, the waterproof formula is not weighing my lashes down, because waterproof, most of the time, it helps to keep my stubborn lashes lifted and curled all day long, which is a huge bonus, but it's a pain to take off at the end of the night. Let's go with the Big Deal washable version formula on the right side. Right away, the formulas, the waterproof, it's a little more stiff and it just kind of sticks on your lashes better right away. Versus the washable formula, it is a little more silky the way it applies, so you can layer really nicely without clumping as fast as the waterproof. But if you have very stubborn lashes that don't hold a curl and a lift very well throughout the day, after curling your lashes and then apply mascara, you can see right away the washable formula, it drops the lashes, especially the outer corner. The waterproof side, they're still very curled and very lifted and they're not dropping, versus the washable side, yes, they look beautiful, but they're dropping very fast and the curl and lift is not there anymore. I will say I do like how it is applying the washable side, but I might like it more when it dries out a little bit, just a tad. But that's why I like waterproof formulas a little bit more, especially if I want that lift and curl without dropping my lashes. Yes, it is a pain to take off at night. You have to be a lot more gentle, but it just performs better in my opinion. Let's move on to the L'Oreal Lumi Le Glace Highlighter Sticks. They have two versions. They have a glassy and then they have a glowy version. So I picked up two just to see what kind of formula it is. Really pretty. I think I'm gonna like the glassy one a lot. Oh, that's so pretty. It's kind of like Merit. I love the Merit highlighters. And then let's do this one, the glowy. This one has a little bit more punch, as in like color payoff, but I think just depends on what you prefer. This is a little bit more leaning towards like a powder finish with a little bit more pigment. And then this one, the glassy one, is very glass-like. It's a little more sheer, but very pretty. We're gonna do both. We'll see which one looks better. I'm gonna apply the glassy with my finger. I'm just gonna do it to the back of my finger, my ring finger, and just stipple this on right away. Wow. It does have a tacky finish, so I don't know if it's gonna set, but that is stunning. Wow. Wow, that's really pretty. Oh my goodness. That is beautiful. And it does not look weird on the cheeks. It's not exaggerating any kind of texture. Wow, that's beautiful. Let's do the same thing with this one, the glowy version. I'm just gonna apply it to my finger. If you like a pigmented highlighter that's still glowy, this is more up your alley. Like, this looks like I'm wearing makeup because you can see the pigment. You can see it's a little more gold, still glowy, but more golden on my cheeks versus glassy without the intense gold pigment on the cheeks. Again, I think it's just a personal preference. For my lip, it's not a drugstore lip liner. This is the Makeup of Mario in Smoky Pink. I just been really liking this shade lately. And then these are new launches from Revlon. I've also been playing with this newer formula. This is their Super Lustrous, their Glass Shine Lip Balm. And I have number 8, which is Rum Raisin. This is like one of their classic shades, but I'm just gonna apply a little bit in like the center and just use my finger to blend it in. But it's a beautiful take on YSL. They also have a very glass-like finish. It's very balmy. It feels great on the lips. I also like their pink shade. I forgot what number, I think it's number 2, but I like these ones as of right now. They wear really nice and they reapply really easily and they don't dry out my lips. Let's go on with our day. I'm really curious to see how this wear test is going to be. I think it's going to be good, but it's not going to blow me out of the water just because I'm not really impressed with how this is sitting on my skin as of right now. The Milani Conceal and Perfect, the Blur Out Skin Tint Stick. All right, I'll see you guys in a little bit. It's been several hours and this is what the makeup is looking like. I'm noticing mascara is transferring on both eyes. You know what, let me just set a tiny bit more. I've been making cookie doughs for our Christmas cookie exchange, which is happening in a couple of days. Hi, you gonna help me? I'm just gonna use the same powder as I did. I'm gonna do a little bit more. Okay, so looking at the face, like the skin tint, I don't look very glowy. I don't look oily and I don't feel oily, but I'm not obsessed with the skin tint on my skin type. I have combination skin. I'm gonna definitely keep playing with it because I like the convenience and I do like how it applies on the skin. But what I really, really like is that highlighter, specifically this one right here. There is that almost stickiness to it, like a lip balm on the cheeks. So if you don't like it, I don't know. On the right side is the Glow, the one with a little bit more pigment to it. That one doesn't have as much of that tacky finish. Like this one feels more so like a cream highlighter. All right guys, I'll see you in a little bit for one more update at the very end of the day. Just finished the cookies and I'm ready for bed. I'm looking in the mirror and I can see my glow on the cheeks on both sides. Still prefer the glossy side versus the glowy side. Honestly, my thoughts still stay the same in regards to the skin tint stick by Milani. I think I just need to prep my skin a little bit differently for this skin tint, but I'm just, in my opinion, the 24-hour skin tint by Maybelline is one of the better ones on the market, along with the L'Oreal. Very long lasting, very beautiful on the skin. The Milani one, it's missing quite a few marks for me. Now moving on to the mascara, the L'Oreal, the Lash Paradise, the, what is it called? The big deal, the waterproof version. Really good. It's lasting really well. That little transfer under the lash line, it's not there anymore. After I set a little bit further, it's not flaking. My lashes are still lifted. They're still curled right here, especially on the outer corner. I'm just, yes, this waterproof formula is really good. Honestly, this side, the washable side, it's not bad, but I feel like you can see a difference. The lashes, they're not as lifted, they're not as curled, but not as much transfer after I did more precision setting under the eyes to help with, with the transfer. But I'm gonna end the video here. Thank you for watching, spending time with me. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.